GarageBand for iPad has a whole collection of plugins that you might never have seen. They don't appear alongside the normal GarageBand plugins, and some of them give you way more control than the effects you're probably already using. So let me show you where they're hiding and 3 of the best ones that are worth using. First though, we need to make sure that these plugins are available to you. Open the Settings app on your iPad, scroll down to Apps, find GarageBand, and make sure this option is switched on. Now head back into your GarageBand project, open Track Controls, tap Plugins and EQ, then Edit. Tap the green plus in an empty plugin slot and choose Audio Unit Extensions. This is where you'd normally find any third-party audio unit plugins that you've installed on your iPad. But scroll all the way down and you'll find a collection of Apple's own audio units too. There are quite a few here, but here are 3 that I think are particularly worth checking out. First up is AUDistortion. This one can get pretty wild. You can use it to just add a little bit of grit to your sounds. Or causing complete sonic destruction. There are over 20 presets included, so I'd actually recommend starting there rather than opening this thing up and immediately wondering what on earth is going on with all of these controls. You've got presets designed for drums, along with much more extreme effects like this. But the presets are really just the starting point. Across the top, you've got 5 different sections: delay, ring mod, decimation, overdrive, and global. And you can combine these to create some pretty ridiculous sounds. For me, this works especially well on drums and percussion. You can add some crunch and character with this without completely changing the sound, or you can push things much further if you want something more aggressive. It can work on guitars, synths, and other instruments too. I'd probably start off with drums if you've never used it before. Next is one of the most useful hidden plugins in GarageBand, the AUDynamicsProcessor. GarageBand already has a compressor built in, but it's deliberately pretty simple. The AUDynamicsProcessor gives you much more control. You've essentially got compression, expansion, and gating inside a single plugin. And again, there are presets here if you don't want to build everything from scratch. So you can quickly try something like fast and smooth to hard gate. But if you want more control, this graph is where things get a little bit more in depth. On the right of the plugin, you'll find an output level meter, plus attack, release, and master gain controls. The attack and release control how quickly the compressor will kick in and how quickly it, well, releases. The master gain is useful to make up any overall volume lost during compression. There are 4 different points in this graph that you can control. The green and orange points control the expansion threshold and ratio. Any signal below the threshold is expanded downwards by the specified ratio. This works essentially as a noise gate. You set the level at which you want the signal to drop off with the orange expansion threshold point, and how quickly it drops off with the green expansion ratio point. The blue point here is the compression threshold. Anything that's louder than this point will be compressed. And the yellow headroom point gradually increases or decreases how much of your audio is compressed after it passes the threshold. Having said that, you definitely don't need to understand every single part of this plugin before using it. Start with a preset, listen to what it's doing, then adjust the threshold, attack, release, and gain from there. For vocals, guitars, and other live recordings, this gives you a lot more control than GarageBand's standard compressor. Finally, we have AUDelay. This is probably the easiest of the three to get your head around, but there's still quite a lot that you can do with it. This point controls most of what you need. Drag it left or right to change the delay time. And up or down to change the amount of feedback. You can zoom in and out of the display by tapping the plus and minus up the top here, and switch between mono and stereo delay effects with these two buttons. Adjust the balance between your original signal and the delayed signal with the dry-wet control. And use the low-pass cutoff to darken the repeats. One trick I particularly like is using a very short delay to make a single recording sound wider. You can achieve really subtle effects with this. For example, I can create the illusion of a second guitar track by bringing the delay time right down, turning the wet mix right up, and then panning it opposite of the original. It gives you a much wider sound without having to record a second guitar part. And because AUDelay gives you up to 2 seconds of delay time, you can also create some much more obvious rhythmic effects. So those are 3 hidden Apple Audio Unit plugins that I think are worth trying in GarageBand. AUDistortion is great for adding grits or completely mangling a sound. The AUDynamicsProcessor is great when you want more control over compression and gating. And AUDelay is great for everything from subtle widening to huge repeating echoes. Let me know your thoughts on these hidden effects and whether you've used them before in your projects in the comments down below. While you're there, hit the like button and hype the video. I really appreciate it and it helps more people see it. Take care and I'll see you in the next one.